Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Rabbi Stein's PPE. This week's Parshas Vayeitzei, happens to be one that's a little bit closer to my heart. Happens to have been the Bar Mitzvah Parsha that I laned, and also that my father laned, coincidentally enough. So it's very, very interesting. So it has a little bit of a family nostalgia to it. So in the Parsha, we're not going to go through the entire Parsha, but obviously we're going to highlight a very, very specific episode or moment in the Parsha that I think has a profound message, and it can be interpreted in many different ways. In Parshas Vayeitzei, we have the very, very famous episode of Sulam Yaakov, Jacob's ladder. This is where the Torah tells the ladder, Yaakov had a dream where the ladder, the feet of the ladder are planted in the ground, and the head of the ladder, the top of the ladder goes all the way up to the heavens, to the firmament. Rosh Megia Shemaima. And there's angels going up and down the ladders. And the basic interpretation is that there were angels that would accompany Yaakov in Eretz Israel, and there were certain angels that could not go in Chutz La'aretz, out of Israel. And so those angels had to have like a changing of the guard of sorts. So those angels that were with Yaakov in Eretz Israel and Eretz Canaan at the time, right, they were then going to go up the ladder, up back to Shemaim. And those angels that were going to accompany Yaakov out of Eretz Canaan, out of Eretz Israel, and then those angels would be the ones coming down the ladder to now accompany Yaakov on his journey. But yet there's another message, I think a more timely message. And that is, if we look at our own aspirations, sometimes they say, you have to shoot for the stars or reach for the moon or whatever it is. But sometimes we expect much more than we are willing to put in. So if the foot of our ladder is planted firmly on the ground, and we are anticipating or expecting, essentially, magiali, whatever it is that's on the top, is that tangible? Does that make sense? Or do we have to kind of take our feet off the ground a little bit and take a leap and put all of our efforts forward into that which we're after? I have a colleague who I taught him this concept. It was actually very interesting. Oftentimes we might straddle with an idea. Am I going to fully commit or am I not going to fully commit? But I think the best way to really maximize any opportunity is if you put 2 feet in. If you go and you firmly place both of your feet, commit yourself to what it is you're doing, give it an actual fighting chance, then you're going to see success. But if you always straddle with 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you're always going to on the fence, you're never really going to commit yourself to really getting that full experience. And if we look back at our ladder now, the Sulam Yaakov, if our aspirations are we want to have 1 foot here, and we also want to reach the top, we're not going to make it. But if we really give it that leap of faith, that emunah, that I know Hashem's going to let me be matzliach, make me successful, then I'm going to be able to scale the ladder, both feet up, both feet going to commit myself to what it is I'm going to do. Think about that. Shabbat Shalom, until next time.